everyone and welcome. In this vlog, I'm going to be continuing series. So I'm just going to be picking books from series that I have already started because for 2026, I'm really wanting to prioritize continuing series and finishing series. So I haven't really 100% decided what I'm going to be reading in this vlog, what books. I may be doing 3 or 4 different series, or I may pick multiple books from one series. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of decide as I go. But for the first book, I'm going to be reading Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands by Heather Fawcett, and this is the second book in the Emily Wilde series. And I believe this is finished. I believe it's only going to be a trilogy. But I really enjoyed the first book. I gave it 4 stars, I believe. But I am liking this one better. I still really love the characters in this. I love Emily and Wendell. And this one already started off super exciting. I am very intrigued. I am hooked, and I just want to keep reading and find out what's going to happen. And we have some new characters that I think could be really interesting as well. One of them I think I'm going to really like, and the other one, I don't know, but I think he could definitely add some interesting conflicts. But I am very happy to be back reading this world. I'm having a great time, and hopefully that will continue, but I will be back when I have an update. Alright, I'm back with my final thoughts. I did end up giving this one 5 stars. This one just has really made me love the characters. I really did like them, but now I would say Emily and Wendell are probably favorite characters for me. I just felt like we got to know them better and got to see their relationship better, and I really grew more attached to them in this one. I definitely liked this one better than the first. This one just had a more engaging plot for me. I felt like we got to see more of the fae and the magic in this one, and that was really what I was wanting to see. And I loved seeing some characters again that we saw in the first book, like Poe. I love Poe. We also got to meet some interesting new characters that were really fun. I thought the pacing in this one was really good. There was really great tension and yearning. And I've also started to realize I think I really love books with more like mischievous, like classic fae, rather than like the ACOTAR type of fae, which I also like. But I like these kind of mischievous fae. I like learning about all the different kinds of fae and what they can do. I just think they're fun. I really have enjoyed the Cruel Prince Folk of the Air series, and I'm also really loving this. So if you love interesting, mischievous fae and some really great main characters that I feel very unique and different from others that I've read, I definitely would recommend this. And I'm very excited to get to the final book. But for now, I'm going to be reading Ruthless Fae, which is the second book in the Zodiac Academy series. And I am roughly 20% of the way in, and I'm having a good time. It's kind of like the first one. I'm liking it. I'm having a fun time, but it's nothing like super special or exciting so far. They do have me intrigued though. I am curious to see where things are going to go as far as the heirs go and where all of that's going to end up. This is kind of feeling like it may be an important book for this series as far as like the twins' growth, and I feel like we're going to have some interesting twists in the plot. And it looks like we're going to be getting more POVs in this one than we did in the first, which I think could be a good thing. But I still have quite a ways to go, so I'm going to keep reading and I will be back with an update. Alright, I'm back. I'm a little over halfway through, and I'm still just having a really fun time with this series. I'm really liking finally seeing the twins kind of have some growth, and I'm really liking seeing their determination and their confidence. I really like them. And we're getting more background on the heirs, which I like, but it kind of seems like we're supposed to feel bad for them. And I mean, I guess I do, but at the same time, like it doesn't excuse what they've done. But it is still nice to kind of get to know them better, because we do get a couple of their POVs. At least so far we've gotten Darius and Caleb, I believe. And Darcy she is too trusting sometimes. I think she's my favorite of the twins, but I really need her to stop being so trusting all the time. But this is just such a fun, fast, bingeable series that I'm just having a good time with. It's nothing like super serious so far, but I mean, I don't know, it's just a fun time. But I'm going to keep reading and I will be back with an update. Alright, I'm back. I'm about 78% of the way through. I don't really have a whole lot more to say at this point other than this has just been funny and fun, and I'm hoping to see more of Diego and Sophia. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of them in this book, and I really liked them. I'd also like to see more of Geraldine. I really loved her. But I have a little bit of time, so I'm going to sit and read for a little while. I'm just having a really good time with this. It's fun. We got a Seth chapter and an Orion chapter, which I don't think we've had before. So we've had most of the heirs have chapters. So we have quite a few POVs in this one. It's still mainly Tori and Darcy, but it's nice to see the perspective of these other characters as well. But yeah, I'm gonna probably finish this one tonight, and then I will be back with my final thoughts. Alright, I'm back with my final thoughts. So I definitely preferred this one to the first. I really like the additional POVs that we got. I really love the twins. I liked seeing them finally grow and kind of figure things out. I also really liked getting some background on the heirs and on Orion. And I really love Geraldine. Like, I will be crushed if something happens to her. I really love her. Like, this isn't a perfect series. There's some obvious errors with the writing, but it's just fun, it's bingeable, and I really enjoy it. I have a really good time with these. I gave this one a 4.25 stars, which is slightly higher than the first book. And I liked this one enough that I went straight into the third book. And the third book picks up directly where the second book left off, which is good because we were left on a cliffhanger. I have a feeling things are going to get very intense in this book, especially based off of the author's note at the end, where they basically said that was the case. I'm hoping we're hopefully going to get some answers in this one. I'm excited to kind of find out what's going on here, and I'm seeing more of the characters that I really wanted to see. We've gotten more of Diego and Sophia and Geraldine. And I feel like in this one, I really want to get to know Sophia better. Like, she's really intriguing me in this one, so I'm hoping we're going to find out more about her. But I'm going to keep reading, and I will be back when I have an update. Alright, I'm like a little over 60% of the way in. Still completely hooked, still having a great time. But things have gotten tense. I am scared for some of our characters. We've gotten to the actual trials for their elemental classes and kind of the reckoning, and I'm really enjoying that so far. I mean, these tests are nothing super exciting, but they are fun. As far as our characters go, every time I start to maybe like warm up to the heirs, we just go backwards. But at the same time, as of right now, not liking them isn't like hindering my enjoyment because it doesn't really feel like we need to like them yet, but I feel like from what I've heard about this series, I'm supposed to like them at some point, and I just really hope that ends up happening. As far as other characters go, we've gotten some new characters in the last couple of books, and we have Xavier, who is Darius's brother, and I really like him. I hope we get to see more of him. But yeah, I'm absolutely hooked. I don't know, I might end up just like binge reading this entire series. I'm really having a great time. But I'm gonna finish this one up, I think. I probably won't do another update until I am done with this one. But either way, I will be back when I have an update. Alright, I'm back with my final thoughts. And I gave this one 4.25 stars as well, the same as Ruthless Fae, but I do think I liked this one a little bit more just because the ending on this one is so crazy. I'm starting to really worry for our characters. I think things are going to start to get kind of intense, and I don't know, I'm worried. The trials for this were interesting. The Earth one was my favorite. They were nothing like super special or exciting though. But the actual reckoning was pretty interesting. I did like that. But I don't want to say too much about that. I don't want to spoil what happens with that. But I am happy to finally be getting some answers in this series, and I am very excited to continue. But I will be back when I have started the next book. Alright, I have decided what I'm going to read next. I'm going to be reading Winter of the Wicked by J.L. Vampa, and this is the second book in the Sister Solstice series. The first book is Autumn of the Grimoire, which I really liked. And in Autumn of the Grimoire, we are following Agatha, who is Sister Autumn, and there are 4 sisters, 1 for each season. And during their season, they get the grimoire, and the grimoire tells them whatever it is they're going to have to do during their time. And Agatha always seems to get the worst tasks from the grimoire. She has to start wars, plagues, things like that. And this time, the grimoire tells her to travel to a kingdom and marry the prince there. And once she gets there, she realizes that there are some very dark secrets that this kingdom is holding, and she gets herself wrapped up in all of that. I really liked the first book. There were some really fun plot twists and reveals. I really liked our characters. And so I was really excited to continue into this one. And I'm about 20% of the way in. I am enjoying it so far. I will say it is kind of slower paced. Like, we're really just kind of learning what the plan is to handle what's going on and kind of seeing it be set up. And I figured that since Autumn of the Grimoire follows Sister Autumn, that this one would follow Sister Winter. But that is not the case, it would seem. We've had already like 5 or 6 POVs. It seems to be following like everybody because they're all kind of in different spots. It makes sense. But if you are someone who doesn't like a lot of POVs, this probably isn't for you. But I am enjoying our characters. We've been getting to know them a bit better, the ones that we didn't already know. And this is just a fun story we have witches, animal familiars, court intrigue. I really do like this series. The first one is a perfect read for the fall if you're looking for something to read during the fall time. So I have high hopes for this one. I'm going to keep reading it, and I will be back when I have another update. So I'm about 50% of the way through now. And the plans have started to move forward. Things are starting to get exciting. And I'm really happy that we still get to see Agatha and the prince, because I was kind of worried that we wouldn't see them anymore. And I feel like we didn't see enough of them together in the first book to kind of just move on from them. So I'm really happy to still get their POVs. I'm really curious to find out more about the other 3 characters, because so far, at least from the first book, we only found out kind of what Agatha knows of them, and she doesn't really know them, because they can only see each other on one night. Well, I guess it's 4 nights every year they see each other to trade who has the grimoire. But that is the only time they see each other, and it has been for hundreds of years, so she doesn't really know them. So I'm curious to kind of find out more about them. It definitely seems like they have some secrets, and Winnie is really interesting. We are seeing quite a bit of her as well. That's Sister Winter. And I will say, I mean, I haven't seen a ton of her yet, but from what I have seen, I think if you're someone who likes Nesta, you will really like Winnie too. I know a lot of people don't like Nesta, but I do, and I really am liking Winnie. But yeah, I'm definitely starting to come up with some theories for this. I think this is going to be a really fun series. I'm really excited to continue, and I will be back when I have another update. Alright, I am about 75% of the way through, and I was looking back after my last update at halfway and just kind of thinking, you know, not a whole lot has actually happened in this book so far. I mean, things have happened, but as far as our main plotline, our main issue, but for some reason, something about the way this book is written, I just didn't even notice. And it intrigues me enough that it hasn't bothered me. I think this is maybe why I prefer duos and trios, just because sometimes, you know, these middle books just kind of feel like filler, but luckily, something about this series just really works for me. But I do feel like this main plot needs to start moving, because there's only 2 books left, and then there's like 1 or 2 novellas, and I don't want the main plot here to feel rushed. I feel like there's going to be something big that comes out of what is happening right now, and I don't want that to be rushed. But I think I really like Winnie. We started to see mostly her POV, I feel, and her story is really interesting. And I found myself getting even more attached to these characters. And things have started to pick up. Things have started to kind of move as far as the main plot goes. Now that I'm farther in, things have definitely gotten exciting. So I'm hoping it won't be an issue. I am having a great time with this series. And I'm hoping to finish this one tonight. But I will be back if I have another update or when I have my final thoughts. All right, I'm going to sit and read for a while, try to get some of this done, because I do want to finish this tonight. Things are really just starting to pick up, so I'm excited to continue. know. A lot of what I've read recently in this has been like Winnie's backstory, and I'm really glad to have finally gotten that and to be getting to know her better. I really like her. I think she'll be my favorite. But I'm gonna finish this tonight, and then I will be back hopefully tomorrow with my final thoughts. All right, I have finished Winter of the Wicked, and I ended up giving this 4.5 stars. I really loved this. I liked it better than the first one, which I also really liked. There was great plot twists in this. It has a super exciting setup for the next book. But I do want to warn you, there are some sensitive topics in this book, so maybe check your warnings if you're worried about that. The only thing I would say is if you're someone who doesn't like a lot of POVs in a book, this probably isn't for you. There are like 6 at least POVs in this, but they're easy enough to follow. It says at the beginning of the chapter who we're following, so it wasn't an issue to me. I like books with multi-POV, but if you don't, this is probably one to avoid. But talking about the multi-POVs, one thing I really liked about this is how rather than in Winter of the Wicked just switching to Winnie, to Sister Winter, we kind of blended in to her story in a way. Like, we still had Agatha and Grimm, and we just kind of slowly built up to following Winnie for the most part. And I really liked how that worked. We still got to see the other characters, but we got to know Winnie better. And I hope it continues to be that way, because I want to see more of Winnie and her romantic interest, and I don't want to be done with her yet either, because I really loved Winnie as a character. She's my favorite so far, probably, although I do really love Agatha too. And I'm hoping we're going to get to know Sorcia and Celeste better. I'm sure we will. I mean, we haven't gotten to what is, I'm assuming, going to be their books yet, because we really didn't see. We did get a few of Sorcia's POVs. We didn't get any from Celeste, I don't think. The thing was, I did really like Sorcia, and now I'm kind of feeling unsure about her. So her book is next, I believe, so hopefully that will change. And this definitely ends on a cliffhanger. I am very anxious to be getting to the next book. But yeah, I definitely recommend this if you like paranormal romance, witches, crazy plot twists, court intrigue. I definitely think you would enjoy this. But that is going to be the last book in this vlog. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of these, or if you are wanting to read any of these. I always have my Instagram and my Goodreads in the description if you're interested. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope to see you all in the next one.